Welcome back to Midland Outdoors. Today, per request, we're taking down the Savage Security 320 shotgun. We're going to take it down and do some cleaning on it. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, so we're going to start taking this thing down. We put about 400 rounds through this already, so it's pretty dirty. We haven't cleaned it since we bought it. Still running great, but we'd like to keep maintenance on our guns. So we're going to start by taking off this heat shield. I don't know if you guys have noticed yet or not. We rattle canned it. We took some tan paint to it, and we really think it fits great. It looks way better than the black. So we're going to start by taking it apart. It's just two little flathead screws. Alright, screws out. All it does is pop right off. Try not to scratch the paint on it here. There we go. Whoop. Come on. There we go. And it's off. Alright, so really the only thing that's holding this guy together is this little pin right here. We're just going to take a push pin to it. Really, as far as shotguns go, it's pretty simple to take apart. So, let's give it a few love taps here. Push it the rest of the way out. Come on. There we go. Pin's out. So, push this guy forward here. Lift out our trigger. This comes right back out. And then, barrel nut down here on the bottom, it just unscrews. Set it aside. Barrel should come right out. We'll set that aside. And this whole mechanism just comes right out. And then, on our firing pin here, all you have to do is press in on it and it comes right out. I'll show you a little close up here. There's a little pin that kind of hangs it onto it in between that little gap right there. So, now that we got all apart, let's get to cleaning. We got ourselves a new cleaner. This is Cleanse Oil. It looks like it's an all-in-one. We're also going to be using some grease for the trigger mechanism and the slide arms because they get a lot of use. So we're going to start with our trigger here, get it all cleaned up. Just use our brush here and spray her down. Get our loading ramp and get all the gunk out of there. Get some of the rust off of this guy too. Like I said, we haven't cleaned it since we got it. Use a smaller brush here. And Cleanse Oil is actually taking this rust right off of the side of this here. That's good. Give it another spray here. I like that it's a spray. I know most of the stuff we use, the stuff that Annie likes to use, is the hops, and you got to dip it in there, and sometimes it can make a mess. This is so you can really kind of spray it wherever you need it. Can't beat an old t-shirt for cleanup. Just wipe her back down here. And then our tube here has got a little bit of rust on it too, so we're just going to kind of knock some of that down. And this Cleanse Oil says it's supposed to protect, kind of like your hops, like your all-in-one. We'll have to see what it does in the future. And it's really just knocking all this stuff off pretty easily. I don't have to put much work into it at all. And just a personal thing, I don't know about most of y'all, but I don't really like the smell of hops too much. I stand this. It's not too bad. Let's go ahead and get our barrel started here. And this guy, pretty dirty. We took our bore light to it, and it definitely needed a brushing out. So we'll see just how clean this stuff gets it here. Not too shabby at all. So I'm just going to take a piece of t-shirt here, cut us a little patch. Clean all that stuff out of there, just to get the residue out of there. Alright, now we got a little bit of rust on the barrel here. We'll go ahead and wipe her down. Yeah, I really like how this stuff works. Definitely looks like it's going to protect it. Okay, we cleaned everything minus our bolt. We're going to take a brush to it. Alright, got that cleaned up. Wipe her down. You just really can't beat an old t-shirt. Rather than throwing it away, hang on to it, throw it in your gun cleaning kit. You'll thank us later. Alright, so we got everything cleaned. I'm going to go ahead and throw some oil on some key components here. No, we were just talking about hops, but this is a good oil. We're going to throw a little bit on the firing pin and the bolt. Just a little bit. Just a thin film is all you're wanting. You don't want to over lube this thing. It's not going to hurt anything, but that's how you get your gun dirtier than it needs to be. So that's good. So now I'm going to take a little grease, just a little bit. There we go. Right through here. Okay. I'm going to throw some on our arms too, on our pump arms. Okay. Took our excess, throw it where they ride in here. Okay. We're all greased up, we're all cleaned up. Let's put it back together. So, in trial and error, don't need a manual for this thing. We don't need to see anything. Taking it apart is just as easy as putting it back together. We're going to take our slide here. Like I was saying earlier with the firing pin, there's a little slot in the middle there that lines up with this slot on the pump arm. You're going to push in the firing pin, and there's two little squares here that line up on the inside of it. You want to push it in, and just a little bit of finagling here, and it should lock in just like that, and then come back down, and now that's in. Okay. Slide her on in. Just a little bit of moving around to get her in. There, just like that. We take our trigger grouping here. We'll flip it over. I'm going to open this up just at the end here, just so it's out of the way. Slide it in. There's little grooves in here to lock in the trigger. Just takes a little bit of finagling. Sometimes you gotta, they actually kind of move back and forth. You want to grab on this end right where the pin fits into the body to get it in. And you'll know when you get it right because it'll just want to automatically go. Okay, we got our trigger grouping in. We want to make sure we put our pin in from the right side of the gun. And that should just go in. A little, just a little tap. Get her lined up. Good. And then barrel just slides right in. We want to push our arm back. There we go. Should line up on there. We'll probably want to move our slide all the way back. Get our barrel in. Alright, just like that. Make sure it seats up against there. Take our barrel nut, slide her in, and you'll start to hear it click. And get her nice and tight. I like to turn it up, push down on it. Get her in, just like that. And we're back together. And she's nice and clean. We're going to take a polishing cloth to her, finish it off. Get all the excess stuff off of here. Alright, and then we just follow it up, putting our heat shield back on. It just snaps on here, 2 screws. And just like that, we're all back together. And that is how you take apart and clean the Savage Security 320 pump shotgun. If you guys have any issues or found this helpful at all, feel free to share with your friends. Comment down below if you do have any questions. If you guys haven't already liked us already on Facebook, make sure to go over there and check it out. We put all our stuff on there. Subscribe to us if you haven't already. Make sure you click that bell. But that is it for this video. Thanks for watching Midland Outdoors.